right now, I'm in the first ever leaked Crew 2 vehicle. Let me tell you a very, very quick story. Back on the KTM Expo, the first ever added vehicle to the Crew 2, that and the FXXK, back when those two were added, there was a picture that started going around of the Aerial Atom. It was a picture of the Aerial Atom in-game, and this was very, very hype. In fact, the Aerial Nomad also came out not too long after, so it made it more and more likely that, oh, they're gonna add the Aerial Atom very, very soon. In fact, I found this very hype because someone in an old town I used to live in had an Aerial Atom. But I remember getting so hyped for this thing through leaks. And then I'd sit about waiting for it because I saw it through leaks. And I'd always just be like, damn, this car that I found out through leaks still hasn't arrived in the game. And it still hasn't. And it still hasn't. And all in all, when this car finally dropped in the game, there was no hype, because I already knew that this car was going to be in the game eventually. So that's the quick and simple story of the first ever leaked car in the Crew 2. At this point, it wasn't mainstream to be leaking stuff for the Crew 2, though. It wasn't like a big thing. I didn't have to actively deal with everyone in my chat going, by the way, I know of all the cars coming out next update. Shh! Sid, do you want to know all the cars coming out next update, Sid? Sid? Do you, Sid? I didn't have to deal with that way back when. Until a certain account became more and more popular. There was one account that got traction specifically for leaking Crew content. This account continued on to get more and more traction and then get industry connections, where they would be leaking stuff that wasn't even through the regular leak channels. Now, I do want to straight away preface, leaking, not only is it illegal via NDA, but there's also a whole host of other issues that I'm going to talk about with leaking later in this video, and I would strongly recommend against and denounce leaks. But what has happened to the most popular leaking account on the Crew? I'm curious, chat. Not mentioning him by name, but had you guys ever heard of the biggest Crew leak account on Twitter? How many of you in chat actually used to go to it? Not me, yeah. Never, totally. Nope, never heard of any leaks. Okay, well, that's good. Nah, never heard about it. I don't use Twitter. You're better off. Okay, so a fair bit of people hadn't actually heard about it. He had amassed about, like, a couple thousand followers on Twitter, so still not crazy big, but about as big as you can be making content for the Crew Motorfest. Or, sorry, the Crew 2 at the time. But I'm sure a bunch of video viewers will know of a specific channel who engages in many, many unethical practices, many, many glitch videos that aren't glitches, a bunch of hack videos that aren't hacks, and a bunch of lying and a bunch of scummy behavior. There's this one channel out there, and that channel also engages in reposting leaks. He makes videos about the leaks, but not showing the actual cars, instead showing images of the cars, so he doesn't get taken down. He got all his information from this account. No matter how much he says he gets his information from wherever, he would get his information from that account. You'd know it because it'd be word for word, bar for bar. Not only that, also terrible guy. There's a whole video on my channel hidden somewhere about this guy. He threatened to beat me up once because I made fun of his guide. So it shows you the kind of people that engage in leaks like this, thanks to this one specific Twitter account. But this account spent his time leaking every update over and over and over again, Eventually, he was able to be taken down for a few of them, because there is, like I mentioned, legalities on leaks. There's a limit to them. As soon as you have something in the files, it now legally cannot be taken down. So, as long as he was posting stuff that wasn't in the files, he could be taken down. Eventually, he caught the drift of that, and he would start not posting things that were in the files. Instead, just posting about things, the names of cars, the descriptions of updates, instead of actually posting the updates. Still very scummy, but that's what he would do instead of actually posting images of vehicles until those vehicles came in the files. And he kept doing this for the Crew 2 over and over and over again. Update after update after update after update. Until, finally, we get word of a brand new Hoonigan update for the Crew Motorfest. We already know that it's Hoonigan. We already know things like there's gonna be a playground expansion somewhere, because that was confirmed by the guys at Hoonigan. We also know that we're gonna get a number of cars in this update, but we don't know what cars those will be specifically. And this account naturally posts those leaks. But for the first time ever, after years and years and years and years and years of leaking Crew 2 content, he got suspended for leaking Motorfest content. This shows a few things. One, Ubisoft clearly cares a lot more about Motorfest than they did about the Crew 2. Two, it wasn't even for DMCA. It was directly for violating Twitter's rules. You can see I say the same things here, where it's been suspended, even though he was leaking Crew 2 for ages. And now that we've talked about what has happened, that the account that leaks has finally been taken down, I'm gonna make it more of a conversation. What do you think of leaks? Everyone in the YouTube livestream chat right now, Twitch chat, as well as you guys watching the video right now. What is your take on leaks? Because I'll explain my opinion. All in all, this was an absolute good thing that he was taken down. People have made the argument, oh, I prefer knowing stuff beforehand. I want to know stuff way beforehand or whatever. But the big issue is that the most I would always see way back when these leaks were more popular, was people would look at the leaks, and then I'd have people in my live stream chat going, game sucks, I already know all the cars that are coming out. I already know all of the vehicles that are going to be released, so why would I care about this update? You did that to yourself, you buffoon! Like me crashing this car right now. I did that completely to myself. What I really don't like is the truly goofy nature of people who will say that, oh, I'm so bored of the game, I can't believe they're not adding any cars that I'm surprised by. Because they look at and engage with the leaks themselves and cause such a thing themselves. It's such utterly goofy behavior to look at leaks and then complain about knowing everything upcoming. Not only that, but there's still hype to things releasing. There's still trailers. There's still videos and teasers of vehicles releasing. I make videos on any bit of public info I can. What a lot of people don't know is obviously I know everything before it releases. Obviously. People come to me and tell me the leaks like I don't already know everything. And then, even though that's the case, I still make videos only using the public information, and I'm able to fill in those gaps to hype things up to that degree. So there's already hypes, but can't stop them, so I don't look at them and highly discourage it. It's fun to see them, but not do it yourself. I like leaks because it will either give me something to look forward to or something not to bother playing for. I think leaks are fine if only vaguely stating what's to come, not the nitty-gritty details. I'll know if the baseline of the update, but not what's in it really. Keeps me guessing. I can understand that. Of course, there's still I won't talk about ethics because it's leaking a multi-billion-dollar partially majority unethical company, right? So I'm not going to talk about the ethics of leaking when it's the ethics of leaking items of a larger publisher, which does, not entirely, but does engage in unethical practices. So it's not an ethical argument, but I can understand such a take. Stop killing the hype with leaks. That's the major thing, is that hype will always be killed by leaks. Leaks can add some hype. Chat, do leaks kill hype or add hype? What do you boys think in chat? And maybe add this to your comment on the video. Do leaks kill hype or add hype? Leaks are kind of 50-50 to me. Sure, I mean, there's nuance to everything. A bit of both. Fair. It kills the hype faster. I mean, here's the thing, right? When they tease something themselves, you not only get the teasing of the car, You get the reveal of the car. You get the hype of figuring out what it's actually gonna be before it drops just from the teasers. You get images that you have to deduce. Then you go on and you can see the cars there. Then you're actually figuring out a car as you're playing. Instead, you see from some leaks, you've already seen the car, you've already seen the customization, you've already seen how it drives, you've already seen what it's like, you've already had someone explain to you when it's gonna drop and how it's gonna drop. So all you do is you go on the game to acknowledge the car's existence. Yes, this car that I knew about is here. Thank you very much. So I can understand how it creates the artificial hype before the car releases, but then you also have to factor in how it causes that hype to instantly wither away the moment that car releases. What am I in right now? Oh, Revolta. Cool. Okay, so teaser drives too much of a leak. Usually improves it for me. It adds short-term hype. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm referring to. I'd rather have rumors than... Yeah, rumors I can understand. But straight leaks make sense now that this account's been taken down, because they were just often straight leaks. But of course, call me Philip DeFranco, because I'm going to pass the question off to you. Let me know in the comments what you truly think about leaks. Please don't let me know in the comments what you truly think about my performance in this Grand Race. And should leaks be... Well, what's your take on them? Because I think should they be taken down is kind of a non-question, right? Leaks should be taken down. I think if you like them or not, you can agree they shouldn't exist. Ooh! I've been Koenigsegg. But let me know in the comments. Thank you to popular members, especially thanks to famous members and an insane thank you to star members Danimal the Manimal, Extreme Speed, and Grim Pepper, and an insane top of the top thank you to Icon members Extreme Speed again, and HK. Remember to give to the fundraiser attached to this video for Movember Men's Mental Health. That's gonna be about it from me, boys. I'm gonna keep streaming though. In a